Welcome back, everybody, to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise here on Madden 21. As today, Season 2 of the series officially kicks off with our Week 1 matchup here against the Buffalo Bills in what should be a fun one. Obviously, this Jaguars team has seen a lot of changes throughout the offseason, which have been shown in the past couple of episodes. Yesterday, I did stream the preseason live on Twitch, so if you want to see what happened during the preseason, make sure to go check out my Twitch. I recommend you follow me there anyway, because why not? So, obviously, this team has gone through a lot of changes. We have a new head coach in Eric Bieniemy, a new general manager in Louis Riddick, and a lot of new pieces on the roster, especially offensively. Leonard Fournette, Dede Westbrook, and Cam Robinson are all gone. We signed Phillip Lindsey, we signed Nelson Aguilar, and we traded for offensive tackle Dwayne Brown. And then in the draft, we added multiple young players, including Bentley Vonderwolson. We moved up 14 spots from pick 26 to pick 12 in order to acquire him. That pick 26 obviously being from the Rams, and we had to give up quite a hefty haul to the Minnesota Vikings to get him, but I think it'll be worth it. Defensively, we've also made some changes. We signed Sheldon Rankins in free agency. In the secondary, we've totally revamped the cornerback room. We signed Emmanuel Mosley and Cre'Von LeBlanc in free agency. We used our 4th overall pick to move down to the 7th pick, in which we selected cornerback Zaire Wiggins. We also drafted safety Rashawn Babineau in the 2nd round, who will be the sub linebacker. For right now, Kyra Brooks, our 5th round rookie running back, will be the power back. Nelson Aguilar will be the slot receiver, and Cre'Von LeBlanc will be the slot corner. As here is a look at the practice squad. Mostly undrafted players in here, with a few guys who were on the team last year, like Joe Giles Harris, Daniel Thomas, and Luke Buccaro. I know I totally butchered that, but whatever. We also have kicker Volker Gantz, who was one of our draft picks. He did lose the kicking battle in the preseason to Josh Lambo, so Lambo gets to keep his job a little bit longer. The captains for this team are Gardner Minshew, Dwayne Brown, Brandon Linder, Josh Allen, Miles Jack, and Gerard Wilson. And I really want to dive into one of those captains, that being Gardner Minshew, our quarterback. This is his prove-it year, especially with Eric Bieniemy, who comes from the Andy Reid coaching tree, so obviously they know a thing or two about developing quarterbacks. Minshew has to step up this year if he wants to be the franchise quarterback. Here's a look at our draft capital, by the way, going into the season. We have an extra 5th from the Minnesota Vikings, which we got in that trade to move up from 26 to 12. For those who don't know, we also gave up our 3rd round pick and a future 2nd rounder, which we acquired from the Eagles, in order to move down from pick 4 to 7. So a lot of moving parts in the draft. If you haven't watched that episode, I recommend you do. But regardless, the offseason's done. So now we got to talk about season number 2. So obviously we play the Bills today. Some other games to watch out for. Week 2 against the Titans, our first game in the new stadium. Week 5 against the Rams. Jalen Ramsey returns to Jacksonville. That's going to be fun. Weeks 10 and 17, we get to face off against rookie quarterback Rodney Allen and the Indianapolis Colts. We have a stretch of 3 road games and then 3 home games at the end of the year, including our only primetime game, Week 16, Thursday night, at home against the Houston Texans. So obviously, as I mentioned earlier, our opponent today will be the Buffalo Bills. The Bills went 4-11-1 last year, a very disappointing season after they made the playoffs the year prior. Obviously, I talked about how this is a prove-it year for our quarterback, Gardner Minshew, but it's also a prove-it year for Buffalo's quarterback, that being Josh Allen. Allen has all the arm talent in the world, but hasn't really put the pieces together yet in his career. Especially last year, I believe he threw for 18 interceptions, which is a career high. He just wasn't efficient. Still, the completion percentage was quite low at 58, and he just hasn't necessarily taken the development that the Bills have hoped he would. They declined his 5th-year option, which means he will be a free agent at the end of the season, and if the Bills don't like what they see, then, well, he'll be gone. Josh Allen does have a lot of weapons on this offense, including Stephon Diggs, who was acquired a couple off seasons ago from Minnesota. Even with being on a new team last season, Stephon Diggs was still one of the best receivers in the NFL. And you know who's going to be covering him most of the day? Rookie corner Zaire Wiggins. So he's going to have his hands full in his debut. But the Bills have a lot of other talented weapons, including rookie wide receiver Callaway Claiborne. The Bills used their second overall draft pick to select Claiborne, the physical freak out of Clemson. Claiborne is not a phenomenal route runner, but he has good athleticism, good hands. He can jump out of the gym and has great size to complement what he can do with the football. Obviously, they invested a very high draft pick into him and are expecting early dividends. The rest of this Bills team is quite talented. This team, as mentioned earlier, was a playoff team in 2019 and just fell off the face of the earth. Last year, they have fired head coach Sean McDermott. So both teams have new coaches today, which is fairly interesting. It's going to be a tough test for our Jaguars, even though the Bills finished with a worse record than us last year. That doesn't mean it's going to be an easy game, especially in Week 1, where everybody has a chance to compete. We hope that our Jaguars can win some games this season and potentially be one of the biggest surprises in the NFL. So without further ado, let's get Season 2 of the Jaguars franchise underway as Eric Bieniemy makes his head coaching debut today. A new era of Jacksonville football. A lot of new faces on this team, whether it's through free agency, trades, or the draft. I think this is a better football team than what the Jaguars brought onto the field a year ago. And I think this team could surprise some people, especially in a weak AFC South division. Buffalo as well. They were a disappointment last year. I think they're going to improve this year. Both quarterbacks have a lot to prove today as Season 2 is officially underway. Josh Lambo will kick this one off, and this one will be received into the end zone for a touchback. So that will bring out the Buffalo Bills offense led by the fourth-year quarterback out of the University of Wyoming. It's Josh Allen, who has a lot to prove today. Allen had a disappointing third season, and if he wants to keep this gig as the Bills' starting quarterback, he needs to have a good year. Here's the Buffalo offense as Devin Singletary on the first play from scrimmage absolutely annihilates the ankles of Rodney Harrison. Now it's 3rd and 10 for Buffalo. Allen is joined by free agent signing Tevin Coleman in the offseason. As Allen going to go deep for Stephon Diggs. Welcome to the NFL rookie Zaire Wiggins with some poor coverage on that play as Diggs gets 26 and a Buffalo Bills first down. Now from the 38-yard line, Allen once again going to look to throw it under some pressure, and he will be sacked. K'Lavon Chaisson makes the play. It was a rocky rookie season for Chaisson, as in his first 11 games, not only did he have to deal with injury, but he only had 1 sack. However, in the final 2 games of the season, Chaisson had 2 sacks in each of those games, and he has a lot of momentum carrying with him to Season 2 of his career. 2nd and 23, Buffalo will make up all of that yardage and more as Dawson Knox, the tight end, gets 21. 3rd and 2 now from the 31. Let's see if Jacksonville can get the stop as Buffalo has a man in motion. It's a handoff for the human piece of scum known as Darius Geis, and he will convert, getting around 10 yards as Buffalo pushes towards the red zone. 3rd and 2 now from the 14. Allen under center. Buffalo still marching forward as Geis gets it again, and he is wrapped up. Quincy Williams, the 3rd-year linebacker out of Murray State, brings him down, and the Bills will be forced to kick a field goal as they put up their first points of the season, and the Bills now lead it 3-0. So now it's time to see Jacksonville's offense, led by the 3rd-year pro out of Washington State, Gardner Minshew. Minshew had a fine season last year, but did not take the leaps that this team was hoping him to do so. Let's see if he can improve now in his 3rd season. First down, it's going to be a pitch for Phillip Lindsey, and the first offensive play of the season is not a particularly good one. Lindsey loses 3 courteous of Matt Milano, along with cornerback Tre'Davious White, the only X factor on this Bills team. 3rd and 11 now. Minshew going to look to throw it, and he will nearly be intercepted, trying to get it to Chark, but Chark cut up field right when Minshew threw it, so A little bit of miscommunication between Minshew and Chark, who led the NFL last season in receiving yards. 2nd and 8, there's Dawson Knox with a first down, being wrapped up by Ronnie Harrison. This is a prove-it year for Ronnie Harrison as well. He's in a contract year. Jacksonville did just draft a safety in Rashawn Babineau. Granted, he will mostly not play safety on this team. You're going to see him mostly at sub-linebacker. Stephon Diggs gets 16. 2nd and 6 now from the 21. 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. It will be a handoff for a rookie out of Stanford, Juice Johnson, who gains 10. Johnson was drafted with the Bills' 2nd-round selection this past season. The 3rd straight year, Buffalo has drafted a running back on day 2. Granted, they did just cut Zach Moss this preseason, which I find interesting. 2nd and 2, Allen connects with a rookie tight end, Peter Zech, for the touchdown. I know that is a fun name to say, as the Bills now lead it 10-0. Jacksonville with it. Not a great start for the Jaguars. Minshew, short pass for Nelson Aguilar, and Jacksonville gets their first down of the day, but not before the Bills would put up 10 points. 2nd and 4 now from the 44. A handoff of a rookie, Kyra Brooks. His first career handoff, and it will go for a first down as he gets 5. Brooks is mainly going to be the short yardage back, but he's going to get a lot of touches here and there as well. This won't be the Phillip Lindsey show in the backfield. It'll be Lindsey and Brooks, as Minshew's pass fair is incomplete. A little bit surprised there was not a pass interference call there, as that'll do it for the first quarter. Bills looking good through 1. They lead it 10-0. 3rd and 4, Minshew, tough pass, and it's caught by DJ Chark. Chark is in a contract year. Expect him to get paid a lot of money in the near future. 3rd and 4. Minshew going to look to throw it. Going to try to get it to Chark in the end zone, and that one should have been picked off. Excellent play by Tre'Davious White getting to the football. Jacksonville's lucky that White didn't make that play. So now 4th and 4, Josh Lambo for a 25-yard field goal, and it's good. This is a prove-it year for Lambo. Obviously, the Jags drafted a kicker in Volker Gantz. Lambo won the job, but he still has a lot to prove if he wants to be this team's kicker going forward. 2nd and 6, Devin Singletary loses 10. Nice tackle by Gerard Wilson, the 5th-year pro out of the University of Michigan. 3rd and 10 now from the 38. Allen going to look to throw it under a little bit of pressure, and he's going to be sacked. The big defensive tackle, Sheldon Rankins, will get to the quarterback, forcing a loss of 13. Rankin spent the first 5 seasons of his career in New Orleans before signing a 2-year deal this offseason with Jacksonville. Jags would get it back as Lindsey loses 4 more yards on that play, courteous of Matt Milano, who had a career year last season with the Bills. 3rd and 5 from midfield. Minshew gets it to Nelson Aguilar, who gets past a pair of defenders, bringing it to the 36. Aguilar was not a popular free agent signing among most Jaguars fans, but he has a lot to prove himself. Now from the 36, handoff for Kyra Brooks. Brooks gets past a defender. That's a touchdown! The first touchdown of the season for Jacksonville, and it's going to be scored by a rookie. Kyra Brooks with his first NFL score, and Jacksonville will tie it up at 10. Excellent blocking from the right side of that offensive line. Brooks was able to run past Micah Hyde, and he was gone. Kyra Brooks is one of the most talented running backs in last year's draft. Had some off-the-field concerns at the University of Arkansas, pushing his stock back, but Jacksonville believes they found a player in Kyra Brooks. Nice play by Stephon Diggs as the Bills have it with around 1.5 minutes to go. Dawson Knox now gets past a pair of defenders and is wrapped up all the way at the 1-yard line. The Jaguar defender is celebrating there for whatever reason, as it's not like Dawson Knox just got a 50-yard pass. 1st and goal now from the 1. Handoff for Geis, and he is stopped by the interior of this Jags defense. Bills call time, and now it's 2nd and goal from the 2. Fake handoff for Geis. Allen going to look to throw it under some pressure, and he is going to be sacked. Sheldon Rankins, along with Camus Grugier-Hill, with the play. Josh Allen sent the initial pressure, and Grugier-Hill and Rankins were able to finish it off. Rankins with 1.5 sacks so far in his Jaguars debut is on 3rd and 10. The Bills unable to get the conversion. Number 29, Zaire Wiggins, was the one with the tackle. So now 4th and goal. Buffalo forced to kick the field goal. The kick is good. And with just 39 seconds to go until halftime, the Bills will regain the lead as it's now 13-10. With 2 timeouts remaining, the Jaguars offense has a chance and enough time to do something on this drive as Phillip Lindsey catches the screen, jukes past Jordan Poyer, and is wrapped up in enemy territory at the Buffalo 37. Lindsey was wrapped up out of bounds, so the Jags won't have to call a timeout. They still have both of theirs remaining as Minshew, quick throw up the middle for Aguilar, who brings it to the 29-yard line, and Jacksonville will call time. They're now down to 1. 2nd and 10. Minshew gets it to DJ Chark. Chark has a nice block from a receiver, and that's a touchdown. 29-yard score for Chark, and the Jaguars will gain the lead for the first time today as it is now 17-13. 3 seconds left. It looks like the Bills are just going to lob up a Hail Mary. If there's anybody in the NFL who has the arm strength to make this throw, it's Josh Allen, as his pass would be incomplete. And that'll do it here for the first half. We've got a fun football game up to this point. Jacksonville currently leads it 17-13. This has been a very evenly matched game. Look at the yardage. The Bills have exactly 2 more passing yards than Jacksonville, and the Jags have exactly 1 more rushing yard than the Bills. We'll see if either of these teams can break away in the second half. Both quarterbacks have played fairly well up to this point. The Jags start the second half on offense as it's 2nd and 5. Minshew going to scramble to his right, being chased by A.J. Epineza as Epineza rips the ball out. And it is picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, and the Bills will get the ball right back. Not what you want to see there from Jacksonville, a huge turnover, but the booth would review it. And as you can see, knee down, elbow down, ball is still in the possession of Gardner Minshew. The play would be reversed. A huge break for Jacksonville as they will keep the football. 3rd and 7 now from the 37. Minshew having trouble finding an open receiver, and the pass is nearly intercepted by Klein. And to make matters even better, rookie offensive tackle Bentley Vanderwalsen was injured on the play, as here is Lambeau for a 54-yard field goal, and he drills it. It barely goes in, and the Jaguars now lead it by 7. Lambeau looking fairly good early today after missing the most kicks and attempting probably the most kicks in the NFL last season. Bills have it. 3rd and 6. A screen for Singletary. He gets a few blocks and is wrapped up by C.J. Henderson and Gerard Wilson, but not before getting to the Jacksonville 49. 3rd and 6 now from the 44. 5.5 minutes to go in the third, as Allen goes up the middle for Cole Beasley, who gains 15 yards, and the Bills will keep the chains moving. 2nd and 10 now from around the 29-yard line, as Allen will hand it off for Devin Singletary, and he's popped in the backfield. The rookie, Rashawn Babineau out of Michigan, brings him down. Babineau was the 36th overall selection in last year's draft. He's technically not listed as a starter, but he can play so many different positions on the field. You're going to see him a lot. Another 3rd down conversion there for Cole Beasley as the Bills now have it at the 15. Play action fake. Allen. Short pass over to Dawson Knox, and he will find the end zone. Hotty toddy as Knox will tie it up for the Bills. It is now 20 apiece with 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Huge touchdown for Buffalo, whose offense got off to a slow start in the second half. They needed that drive. 2nd and inches. Minshew, a shot for Aguilar, and it's picked off by Micah Hyde. Hyde with a nice return. He's tackled by Minshew, but not before getting it all the way to the 23-yard line. Risky throw by Minshew. It obviously does not pay off, and the Bills are now marching forward. Let's see if they can regain the lead. 2nd and 10. Allen back to Knox. His second touchdown within the span of about 2 minutes. And Buffalo will put up 14 straight points once again within the span of about 2 minutes. And it is now 27-20. Jags with it. There's David Njoku on the slant route with a nice gain to the 43. It's been a fairly quiet day so far for Njoku. Just his second catch of this one as we're now in the fourth quarter. Jaguars down 27-20. Minshew under a ton of pressure. Heaves up a risky pass, and it is caught by David Njoku for a gain of 20. 3rd and 10 now from the 11. Minshew going to look to throw it, and his pass should have been intercepted. I don't know what Minshew was trying to do there, so Jacksonville will be forced to kick the field goal. A 28-yard attempt for Josh Lambo. He is now 3 for 3 on field goals today. And the Jags are now only down by 4 as it is 23-27. A little bit under 8 minutes to go, is Dawson Knox again with a big first down. Jacksonville's defense has had no answer today for Knox. Now from the 47. Play action fake. Allen is going to be sacked by the nickel corner, Crevan LeBlanc, for a loss of 7. And it is now 2nd and 17. After a 13-yard gain, it's now 3rd and 4 for Buffalo from the 48-yard line as Allen immediately is sacked. No time to throw it at all. The rookie, Rashawn Bebineau, makes the play in the backfield, and Jacksonville gets it back. Bebineau is a freak athlete showing his speed on that play, but unfortunately Gardner Minshew does not get that conversion. Another risky pass that should have been picked off. Buffalo has it up 4 with 3:16 to go in the game as Allen's pass is picked off by C.J. Anderson. His 2nd career interception, and it looks like it'll be his 2nd career pick 6 as he fumbles into the end zone, and it's picked up by Myles Jack. So it'll be a touchdown for Jacksonville. What a play by Henderson. First off, getting the interception. He decides to showboat a little bit too early. Josh Allen forces the ball out. A huge heads-up play by Myles Jack. And Jacksonville scores the touchdown. Wow. 2nd and 10 now. Allen gets it to Cole Beasley for a first down. And the Bills have to play catch-up as Jacksonville is now up 30-27. Here at the 2-minute warning from the 45, Bills are moving it down the field nicely as Allen is intercepted again. This time it's Rashawn Bebineau, and he will take it the distance. He will not fumble it in the end zone, and Jacksonville actually gets the pick 6. This young man is a special talent, and now you can see exactly why Jacksonville drafted him in the 2nd round. At 6'4", 208, his blend of freak athleticism and coverage skills make him the perfect sub-linebacker, and he is going to show why on that play. All of a sudden, Jacksonville was down by 4 like 2 minutes ago. Now they're up by 10. The Bills need a miraculous comeback as Coleman brings it to the 47. Following play, Allen, under a ton of pressure, heaves it deep, and it's caught by Stephon Diggs, who is wrapped up all the way at the 20. Bills moving it nicely. It's Josh Allen. Will be sacked by Josh Allen. What a play by Allen, bringing down his namesake. 4th and 17 from the 27. The Bills are just going to kick the field goal because it will be a one-score game. The kick is nearly blocked by Crevan LeBlanc, but it goes in anyway. So with 24 seconds now, the Bills need the onside kick, and it will be recovered by Nelson Agholor, who does not have Butterfingers on that play. Aguilar's had a pretty good Jaguars debut, I've got to say. 14 seconds left, 3rd and 3. A first down ends it, as it's a handoff for the rookie Kyra Brooks. He jukes out Tre'Davious White, and this one is over. The Jaguars will get the Week 1 win in dramatic fashion, 37-30. What a game we were treated to today. A phenomenal game, and Jacksonville will start Season 2 on the win column as Josh Allen, frustrated, heads to the locker room. Allen played very well today. He had to play hero ball late. That's where the 2 interceptions came from. And Jacksonville's defense, at least the pass defense, really struggled, but Jacksonville won this game because they dominated in the trenches. The Jaguars ran the ball well. Buffalo did not. The Jaguars sent pressure. Buffalo did not. Jacksonville's offensive line dominated the Bills' front 7, and Jacksonville's front 7 dominated the Bills' offensive line, and that's why they won the game today. Gardner Minshew with a very Gardner Minshew-like game. He wasn't good, but he wasn't bad. Kyra Brooks is the leading rusher today. 59 yards, 55 for Lindsey. Buffalo just could never get their rushing attack going. Devin Singletary only averaged 2.2 yards a carry. But, I mean, Buffalo's passing offense, led by Dawson Knox, was still absolutely torching this defense at times. And If Dawson Knox is going to play like this, just wait till Jacksonville has to play George Kittle later in the season. The offensive line for the Bills was not good. I think Jacksonville had 6 sacks. The Bills had 0 sacks. 1.5 for Rankins. He led the way. LeBlanc, Allen, Babineau, and Chason each got sacks, and Camus Grugier-Hill had half a sack. Interceptions for Micah Hyde, C.J. Henderson, which was almost a pick 6, and then the actual pick 6 by Rashawn Babineau. Babineau and Miles Jack each had defensive touchdowns. Jack technically with a fumble recovery. So wow, what a game and what a win for our Jaguars, making a statement. Yeah, that game was not perfect, but a win's a win. Looking at players of the week, you may notice Rashawn Babineau wins AFC Defensive Player of the Week in his NFL debut. I was ecstatic when he was on the board in the second round. He dominated in the preseason stream, and that's when I knew this kid was going to be special. Today in week 1, well, he was special. 7 tackles, 2 for a loss, a sack, and the game-clinching pick 6 at the end of the game. No matter where this kid plays on the field, whether it's safety, nickel corner, sub linebacker, he can do all of that. He's going to be special regardless, and let me tell you, I know we're only 1 game into his NFL career, but I think we have a channel legend in the making right here with Rashawn Babineau, and I cannot wait to see how his rookie year will continue to fall. So that'll end the episode. Next one, our first home game at the new stadium against the 1-0 Tennessee Titans. Should be a fun one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Deuces.